Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washer and More. We got a couple houses to do today, but I'm going to go ahead and switch out this Hudson float valve before we get started. It went out on me a couple days ago, and I did a next day shipping from Amazon. It got here last night, so I'm going to go ahead and swap that guy out. I think this was about 30 bucks on Amazon just for the valve. So this doesn't have any of the fittings. You can't see it. This doesn't have any of the fittings or nipples or anything that's needed for it. This is just the valve, and I'm just going to be taking the old valve off and popping the new valve on. This is only on there hand tightened. I'm just going to be very, very careful not to drop this into the bottom of this 50-gallon vertical tank. Alright, so here we go. I got the two valves side by side. This one actually came with like a little pre-filter, which I don't think I'm going to put on there. And this guy right here seems to be working fine, but it doesn't work at all in the tank. So I'm going to swap out to this new one and kind of hope for the best and see if it works today. Alright, all set up. Well, just about all set up on job number one. Unfortunately, the lawn care folks are here right now, so I have to wait for them to mow. I've got the tank filling up with the new Hudson valve. It is filling pretty slowly, so I'm pretty excited to have the tank today, but I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off, and I'm going to test this to make sure that it's functioning. And there it goes. So this one, yep, okay, very cool. Alright, well that takes a lot of the worry out of it for me. I just have to wait on this one. I'm running a little behind today, so not really preferable to have to wait, but this is why I have arrival windows on my jobs, so if I have to wait a little bit or I get hung up on something, I can still make it in that arrival window. Alright, gonna do a quick walk around while they do that. Beautiful white home. Just needs a little TLC, especially up along the gutter line. You can see it's been a little while since that's been cleaned. Got a little missing paint here and there on the gutters, I'm noticing. A lot of mold around the trim. Alright, we're going to be hitting all these porch railings. A lot of dust, a lot of dinge. And you get over here and we get into the algae. This is the north side of the house. A lot of wasps present, so that's fun. Try and do this walk around without a little gap right up here where the siding doesn't meet up with the ceiling. Couple easy to reach peaks, nothing too impressive on this one. You see the green on the railings here, and then up top, good bit of black. That's been a few years since that's been washed. More paint missing up here off the soffits. A lot of chip paint on the porch. Looks like they covered all the stuff back here, getting it ready. Alright, well, it looks like they have cleared a path for me, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and tape up the door locks. A little discoloration here on the gutter. I'm going to tape this up and get it started. Alright, working on this green fence. A little privacy separation between them and the neighbors. Just white vinyl, using our standard 1% house wash mix. Let it dwell and rinse it off. Yeah, this one's needing a little bit more pressure than a house soft wash. Having to get a little closer with the X-Jet, but behold, the power of chlorine. Beautiful. Can't see it because it's dark, but it's not green. It's nice and bright white. Alright, time to keep washing. Alright, so right in the middle of washing this one, I ran out of water. And for some reason, there's no water coming out of the spigot. So I'm going to have to go talk to the homeowner and see if they know what's going on, or maybe I'm going to have to hook up to a different water source, but I've never had this happen where it was a good flow to start. And I'll come over here now, and I've got my stuff dwelling right now, so I don't really have the ability to just let it sit. But there's like nothing coming out of this, and I don't know what that's all about. So I'm going to have to figure out another water source. Alright, so I am dry on both spigots, and I think that their well pump has shut off on us halfway through, so they're going to look into seeing about getting it turned back on. Alright, looks like we've got a lifesaver neighbor that allowed me to hook up to their water just to get the SH off the house. We're not going to be doing a full wash. They've got really bad water pressure, but I'm hoping. Alrighty, so even with the low water pressure from the neighbors, I was able to get this rinsed. And I'm going to pack up, head out, and come back another day when the well's on. Alrighty, so I'm going to have to call it quits on this one. I got a little less than half the house washed before I ran out of water. Luckily, again, the neighbor saved the day, let me hook up to their spigot just to get it cleared off, but I did end up leaving them with a coupon and a thank you note, so when they are in need of pressure washing again, I can return the favor a little bit and get them taken care of, because they didn't have to let me wash it, or they didn't have to let me hook up to their spigot, and I could have done some serious damage today without water to rinse that off. Luckily, it was a white house, so any oxidation that was left behind would have really blended in. But hey, you know, I'm not going to, I don't want to risk it either way. So that was really, really good that they allowed me to do that. We're going to head over to job number 2 and see if we can get that one done today. All right, now on job number 2, just spoke with the customer and I've got the buffer tank filling up. Got a nice size house here, 2 stories with a somewhat detached garage. They've already got everything cleaned off the porch. This is ready to rock and roll. Got a little bit of growth right up here in the dormer, along with over here by the window. The northern side of the house has pretty substantial growth. He said it's been about a year since he had it cleaned, and it's pretty fast growing if it's only been 1 year. Coming around to the back, got a little bit of paint missing right up here by the downspout, and a little bit missing on the gutters. Already discussed the presence of oxidation with the client, so they're aware that it's present before we got started. And other than that, it seems to be in pretty good shape. Just needs to get some cobwebs and such off of there. Alright, well, I'm going to get this thing cranked up and cranked out. Alright, so back to the north side. I've already done everything on the back. Just really jamming this one out using our standard 1%. Having no issues with water on this one. They said that they have city water, so should be a pretty endless supply of what I need today. They asked me for a quote on roof washing, and currently we are not set up to do roof washing with our insurance, and we are not set up to really do it effectively with our equipment. I do understand the basic process, but not going to do my first one without insurance, so I'm going to actually be passing there or giving them some information about another company here that lives not far at all. They're here in Garner, so they should be able to get them set up with a nice roof wash. And maybe they won't. We'll see. But I'll at least pass the information along and maybe help out a fellow washer. Alright, just doing the finishing touches on this one. X-Jet rinse. Gives me just enough pressure to break loose anything that might be hanging on, but not too much pressure to damage anything. Yeehaw. Alright, that one's all done. Time to go talk to the client and roll up these hoses. Alright, well that's going to do it for me today, guys. You know, it is definitely one of those things where sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. I guess sometimes the water shuts off, or the well quits, or maybe the pump died. I don't know exactly what happened today, but I'm going to be going out in a few weeks and I'm going to be finishing up that job that I wasn't able to do today. As well, I am going to be going out to the house that I was just at, and we're going to do their driveway the same day. So these two are going to be repeats, and I'm going to be knocking them out the same day. Never great when you have to walk away from work, but always wonderful when it wasn't necessarily something I did, and I can make it up and we can still get paid. Alright, well, you guys be safe out there.